today I have a makeup decluttering video, so I hope you enjoy it. If you do, make sure to hit the thumbs up button and also to subscribe to my channel to keep up to date with all my future videos, because I will be doing a university makeup collection sometime soon, so you definitely don't want to miss that. So the first bit that I'm going to be sorting out is my foundations. Now I do have a couple more foundations at uni, but these are all the other foundations I got, and I know there is quite a few in here that I don't like. Plus there's obviously some dodgy shades in here as well, so I'm just going to automatically pick out some bad ones. So I don't like the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour matte foundation. That kind of broke me out, so that is to get rid of. Also this Maybelline Fit Me foundation in the shade 220. Don't like the formula, plus it's a little bit kind of dark and it oxidizes. The Rimmel Match Perfection foundation I've had for a really long time, so it's time to get rid of. I absolutely adore the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum Foundation, so I'm keeping that. I actually already have a backup of it. This BB cream from Garnier I've had for such a long time, so I'm actually going to be getting rid of that. The Maybelline Better Skin, I don't know, I need to give this another go and kind of test the shade, so that's going to be like a maybe. Got the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation, I love that. I've got L'Oreal True Match, this is in the shade N5. It's kind of wrong shade, plus it's the old packaging, so it is a little bit old. However, I actually much prefer it to the new formula, so yeah, unfortunately I'm going to get rid of the new formula. I don't know, I honestly don't know what to do. Bourjois 123 Perfect CC Cream, I love this, so I'm going to keep that. Sorry if it's not really in focus. I'm also really ill, so sorry for the croakiness of my voice. Makeup Forever HD Foundation, this is the old formula, but I do quite like that, so I'm going to keep it. The Revlon Colour Stay, I only just recently repurchased it, so the shade's a bit funny, but I'm going to keep it because it is quite new. The same with the Fit Me Matte and Poreless one. Not too keen on the shade, but I'll keep this for now. I then got 3 Estee Lauder Double Wears. To be honest, this shade here is like way too cool tone and pink. Yeah, I have quite a wide selection of colours there, but I'm going to keep all of them for now. Kat Von D foundation, love. Got the EX1 Invisiwear, I'll keep that. The Bourjois Air Matte, didn't like this, so I'm going to get rid of that. And then I got 2 Makeup Forever foundations. I'm going to get rid of the shade 30 Porcelain. I got that when I went to Canada, which was like 3 years ago, and it doesn't really match me, so get rid of that. And then this shade just doesn't match me either, but I don't know, it was quite pricey, so I'm going to keep hold of this just for now. So yeah, I'm keeping 12 foundations, and then yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of this Maybelline one actually, I just don't use it. So, and getting rid of 9 foundations, which I'm quite happy with. I'm going to move on to primers and concealers. So to be honest, there's not going to be too much to get rid of in here. Again, I wasn't a fan of the L'Oreal the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base, so I'm going to get rid of that, as well as the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. I love this primer, but I've had it for a really long time, so I'm going to get rid of that. That's the only primers I'm getting rid of. And then concealers, the Maybelline Superstay 24-hour concealer, I'm just going to get rid of that. The Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser Eye, there's literally the tiniest bit left, but so that's going to go. The MAC Pro Longwear Concealer in the shade NC25, I've had for such a long time. I actually really like it, and I didn't actually get that much use out of it. So yeah, unfortunately that's going to go as well. A L'Oreal concealer, I love this L'Oreal concealer, but it's in the shade 5 from when I went on holiday, literally last year, so there's not much in here. That is really old. I have a couple more concealers at uni, so I think I'm going to keep the rest of those. So yeah, not really too much to get rid of out of this. From my eye drawer, there wasn't too much that I'm getting rid of. I am going to be getting rid of the Laura Mercier Caviar Stick Eye Colours. Now I love most of these. These are a little set from a couple of years ago. I've got the shades Sugar Frost and Pink Opal. Now I found these two were just a little bit too glittery, plus they are quite old now, so I'm going to get rid of these two. But I did use up Amethyst and Rose Gold, so I would recommend most of them. It's just those two were a bit too like metallic-y for me. I've got this Bupa eyeliner, I think it's called Aubergine. As you can see, it is just so pigmented and stuff, but I just can't get on with the applicator, and I don't know, it's a year old now. So yeah, it's hardly ever used, but I don't know, those just sort of applicators, just I can't use them. I've got this Maybelline Colossal Volume Colour Shock Mascara, and I think it's in the shade Electric Blue, and I think I used this like once. It is so bright, but I just don't use it, and I've had it for so long in my collection. Obviously I had opened it and attempted to use it before, so I'm just getting rid of that. I have this NARS palette here. This is the Happening Eye and Cheek palette, and it is really pretty. It's my first NARS purchase. I've obviously got Orgasm Blush, Laguna Bronzer and 4 eyeshadows, but they're just really dry, and to be honest I was never a big fan of the formula of their powders, so yeah, unfortunately I think this is time to get rid of, which is a shame because I mean someone else might have liked this, but unfortunately the texture is just quite dry. I mean that is still quite pigmented, but I just never liked how it looked on the cheeks, but Laguna's kind of dried out a bit, and so have like most of the eyeshadows, so yeah, unfortunately I'm gonna have to trash that. Some of you are probably crying right now. So I've actually depotted a whole load of shadows and stuff. So I depotted my Marc Jacobs The Lita palette because I just wasn't getting use out of it, and you're probably thinking, oh my god, how could you do that to such an expensive palette? But yeah, honestly, since I've put it in as the palette, so they're these kind of second row and this one here, I've actually got so much more use out of them. I've also depotted quite a few Urban Decay stuff. So this section here was from the On The Run palette, and then the top row here were from the Feminine palette, which again is a few years old and probably should be like chucked out by now, but they're still quite creamy. So yeah, and since depotting all of these shadows, I've actually got so much more use out of them. I also depotted all of my MAC eyeshadows into a small Z palette. Moving on to my cheek products, and there's probably not going to be too much that I'm going to get rid of. Blushes, I love pretty much everything and use pretty much everything. The only things I don't really use are my two NYX blushes. I picked these up when I went to Prague. They are really nice. I've got them in the shades Desert Rose, which I can't open, and also the shade Peach, which is much more pink than peach, but yeah. So these are really pretty, and the formula is nice. I just for some reason don't use them, so I might see if my mum wants them. If not, then maybe one of my friends, but I think I'm just going to get rid of them because someone else could give them so much more love. As you can see, they're pretty much like untouched. So yeah, I think those are going to go to a better home. I've also got, it kind of pains me to do this Tarte blush in the shade Natural Beauty. I love the shade Exposed, but I just don't get the use out of this shade. I mean, I love it in like this Clinique formula called Berry Pop. I got these at a similar time and they look quite similar on camera, so I don't know why I just don't reach for the Tarte one. So yeah, I think I'm going to pass the Tarte one onto a better home as well. I don't think I want to get rid of anything else apart from this sleek little palette. Now I've had this for quite a long time. It's a Faceform Contouring and Blush palette in the shade Light. I mean, I've used quite a bit of the bronzer, not too much of the highlighter and the blush, but yeah, I've had this for a really long time and I think it's just time to get rid of it. I mean, it is so pigmented and it is still really nice, but I just don't use the other two, and they're just kind of bulking up my collection. So I'm going to say goodbye to that as well. And that is literally it for this drawer. But I did also want to show you, I depotted a Benefit holiday blush set from a couple of years ago, and again this is in a Z palette. Packaging of the original thing that it came in was very bulky, so I've definitely got more use since putting them. I know that my EOS lip balm is going to go. I got that in America, and my Lush bubblegum lip scrub is really old, so I'm going to get rid of that. I think I'll keep all my other kind of lip balms and stuff. This container here has all my liquid lipsticks in. So most of them I know are going to stay because they're all pretty new. However, I am going to pull out these Bourjois Rouge Edition Velvets and just put them to the side because I'm not too sure about these. So I'm just going to put those to the side and put this compartment back in my drawer because I know that they're not going anywhere. Right, so we're going to come back to these Bourjois ones. I think I need to sort through this. This is like lip glosses and a few lip pencils. This Bupa lip pencil I'm going to go. It doesn't really show up on my lips. As well as these NARS lip pencils. They came in like a birthday gift from Sephora. As you can see, I use the satin one quite a bit, but they've kind of just got a funny smell to them now. This was in the shade Corella, but I literally never wore it. I didn't like the formula of it. Got the Maybelline Baby Lips. I don't really like this, and I've had it for ages, so I'm going to get rid of that. I've got another lippy stick in here from Bite that I just don't use and I've had for a little while. I can't even open it. But that was in the shade Heritage. I mean, it was quite a nice shade. That's going to go. Oh, this is like leaking everywhere. It's from NARS. It's in the shade Orgasm. And I got it from Sephora. It was in like a lip favourites collection thing. Which actually came with that Bite lipstick as well. But yeah, it's just kind of a bit sticky and gross. It also came with this. It's the Buxom like plumping lip gloss or lip cream in the shade White Russian. But I just don't really like the colour, and I'm just getting rid of that. I've had the Maybelline Colour Sensational Shine Gloss in the shade 137 Fabulous Pink for a good few years now. It's a really nice lip gloss, but just so old. I've got this little mini lipstick here from Makeup Forever. That is really old. As well as these two Tanya Burr lip glosses. They're in the old formula and kind of packaging. So I'm going to pass on these as well, unfortunately. But yeah, now I've just got a much limited collection. So I'm just going to move back to the side. We've got some lipsticks to sort out. I've got these two from Estee Lauder. They came in like a free beauty bag thing when I spent a certain amount from Estee Lauder. I might be able to give this shade to someone because it is actually quite new. It's called Wildly Pink. So I might see if someone else wants that colour. This one here is called Sugar Honey, but I've had this one for so long, so I'm going to get rid of that. I'm also getting rid of this Revlon lipstick called Love is Cruel. I love this. This is the Revlon Super Lustrous lipstick. I had a few of these. This was a Shine formula and I really liked it, but it's so old now. Also this Dior lipstick that my mum gave me. It's in the shade 579 Must Have. And there's not much left of it. I don't even know how old it is. I've had it in my collection for a good 3 years, probably. And I don't know how long my mum had it before she gave it to me. I mean, it doesn't smell that bad, but I'm just getting rid of it. And then, I have this lipstick here from MAC. It's in the shade Costa Chic. I don't like it at all. It's a frost finish. It was one of my first MAC lipstick purchases, so it is quite old now. So I think I might have to part with this, you know. So I just don't like it. I've actually just found 2 more lipsticks that I'm going to get rid of. These I did take to uni with me to try and use up, but unfortunately I just think I'm going to pass them along. This Milani one, again, it actually just featured in a blog post. It's in the shade 25 Naturally Chic, and I was trying to use it up, but it is a couple of years old, and I talked about how it had a scent of like a watermelon scent to it. and since trying to use it up a bit more, I've just discovered that I don't really like the smell and it's kind of putting me off. I think I'm just going to get rid of this Milani one. And then I have this Maybelline one that I've been trying to use up. For some reason I'm just not a fan of Maybelline lipsticks. So I might see if this could get a better home. It's in the shade 930 and it's called Nude Embrace and it is a matte formula. So yeah, I'm going to try and pass that one along.